question is there on the screen. We'll do one more problem on consignment. The third question. See the question. Kapoor and Company of Kolhapur consigned 2,000 bicycles to Vijay and Company of Madras for sale. So he says here that Kapoor and Company is consigning the goods. That means Kapoor and Companies are consigner, Vijay and Companies are consignee, and the goods consigned are 2,000 bicycles. Remember, we need the amount. We don't need the quantity. We first need the amount. So we'll have to look in for the amount. Right now, he has told us the quantity. The quantity consigned is 2,000 bicycles. The cost of each bicycle was rupees 300. So now what is the amount? Are we able to do it? So goods sent on consignment would be 2,000 into 300 because each bicycle is costing 300. So that is 6 lakh rupees. Kapoor and Company incurred 20,000 on freight and insurance. So these are the expenses of the consignor. That is freight and insurance 20,000. Vijay and Company paid 8,000 towards octroi and 5,000 towards rent and other expenses. So all these are the expenses of the consignee. 8,000 plus 5,000, that is 13,000. He sold all bicycles for rupees 500 each. Now see, the sentence clearly states he sold all the bicycles. That means we do not have any unsold stock at all. All bicycles, whatever were consigned, have been sold. So unsold stock is not there. That means the seventh step we will not have. We can just avoid the seventh step. And the bicycles were sold at rupees 500 each. And we know there were 2,000 bicycles. So 2,000 into 500 each, it would be 10 lakh rupees is the value of sales. Vijay and Company is entitled to a commission of 7.5% ordinary commission and 2.5% del credar commission. So now if you remember, we have discussed about the types of commission. So in the types of commission, we had 3 different types of commission. One is the ordinary commission. Second one was the del credar commission. And the third one was the overriding commission. So ordinary commission is simply paid. It is the simple commission which is paid on the total value of sales. Del credar commission, if paid, it implies that any risk due to bad debts will be borne by the consignee. So now we need to look in the question if there is any information given relating to bad debts. And if bad debts are there, that will become the personal loss of the consignee, not the consignor. Because the consignor is giving him del credar commission. Show ledger accounts in the books of both the parties. So in this question, he did not give us any information about what are the bad debts or how many goods were sold on credit. Nothing is given, right? So what we have to do is we will directly take the entire commission. So now it is 7.5% ordinary commission, 2.5% del credar commission. So totally the commission comes to 10%. So directly we can calculate 10 lakhs of sales into 10% commission, which would be 1 lakh. Because he did not give us any information. If he says that del credar commission should be calculated only on credit sales, then we will do. But he didn't mention anything. So if nothing is mentioned, you will directly calculate the commission on the whole amount of sales. So 7.5% ordinary, 2.5% del credar. That is totally 10% commission on sales. And he's asking us to prepare ledger accounts in the books of both the parties. But along with ledger, we'll also do the journal. So we'll do the ledger now in the class, and journal you can complete it later. Right? So we'll start with the question. So quickly draw the pro formas. So how many accounts do we prepare in the books of the consignor? Can anyone tell me? Number of accounts we prepare in the books of consignor. Yes, quickly. Ledger accounts in the books of consignor. How many accounts does the consignor prepare? Ledger accounts in the books of Kapoor and Company, who is the consignor. So tell me, how many accounts does the consignor prepare? Yes, I'm waiting for an answer. How many accounts will the consignor prepare? No one is answering. Yes, Naman, how many accounts does a consignor prepare?
Ma'am, I don't know.
Consignor will prepare 3 accounts: the consignment account, consignee's account, and the goods sent on consignment account. And when you come to consignee, he will prepare only one account, which is the consignor's personal account. So quickly draw your proformas for the ledger accounts. We all know the proforma for ledger, right? Date, particulars, JF, and amount. Your date column also will be blank, so you can just do a smaller column. Draw the proformas for all the 3 accounts so that we can start with all the accounts. So draw the proformas quickly first. All 3 accounts. So date, particulars, JF, and amount. So date, particulars, we have the JF column and then the amount column. Right, so quickly draw the proforma so that we can start with the problem. So first account is the consignment account in the books of consignor. The second account will be the consignee's account, and the consignee here is consignee is given as Vijay and Company. So we'll put the second account as Vijay and Company account. In brackets, you can write consignee because he is the consignee, so that we remember. So that is the second account. And the third account would be the goods sent on consignment account. So third account, I'm writing the short form, you can write the full form. It is the goods sent on consignment account. Then put the next heading, ledger accounts in the books of consignee. So my next heading is ledger accounts in the books of, so the consignee here is Vijay and Company. Vijay and Company, who is the consignee. And the consignee will prepare only one account, that is called as the consignor's account. And consignor is Kapoor and Company, so we will write his name, Kapoor and Company account. In brackets, he is the consignor. So please remember these things. Consignor will prepare 3 accounts. Consignee will prepare only one ledger account. So let me know if you're done with the proformas, then I'll start the ledger. I'll wait for a minute till the time you finish. Quickly draw the proforma. Once you're done, we will start. Are the proformas ready? Naman, Sharan, Harshit. If it's ready, I'll start with the ledger entries.
Yeah, ma'am. Just a moment. The voice is good.
My voice is breaking. Is it okay now? Yes, Sharan, are you done with the proforma?
Yeah, ma'am, I am done.
Okay, so we'll start now. So we'll remember our same 10 steps and then we'll do the ledger entries. So our step number 1 is goods sent on consignment. So that is an expenditure to consignment account. So the entry will come on the debit side. So come to your debit side And then we will write the entry as 2 goods sent on consignment. You can write the full form, 2 goods sent on consignment. And the amount he has already given, it is 2000 bicycles at the rate of rupees 300 each. So that means the amount comes to 6 lakh rupees, right? So we have taken the first step. Now the next step is, step number 2 is expenses incurred by the consignor. So he has given there clearly, Kapoor and Company has incurred 20,000 freight and insurance. So consignor's expenses are 20,000. So again, it's an expenditure to our account. So we will enter the entry in the consignment account. So come to the debit side again, you will write the entry as to cash because he did not mention how the consignor is incurring. So we are assuming that the expenses are incurred in cash. So we will write the entry as to cash and the expenses are 20,000. Step number 3 is our advance paid by consignee to consignor. Now, if you look at this problem, in this problem, there is no mention about any advance paid. That means the consignee has not given any advance to the consignor. So we will just leave that step. Because there is no advance, we need not think about step number 3. So just leave that step. We'll move ahead to step number 4. Step number 4 is expenses of consignee. So if you see in the question, Vijay and Company paid 8,000 towards octroi, 5,000 towards rent and other expenses. So that means the consignee has totally incurred 13,000 as expenses. So again, we'll have to come to the debit side. And these are the expenses incurred by the consignee. So we will write the consignee's name directly. So to Vijay and Company in brackets expenses. So his expenses are 13,000. So that step is also over. Our step number 5 is the sales made by the consignee. And he has given that all bicycles were sold for rupees 500 each. So he is clearly showing there is no unsold stock and all the bicycles which were consigned were sold. So number of bicycles consigned were 2,000 and each of them was sold for 500 rupees. That means the total value of our sales is 10 lakhs. And sales is an income, so we'll come to the credit side. And the consignee is making the sale, so we'll write the consignee's name here by Vijay and Company. In brackets, write it as sales. And the amount is 10 lakh rupees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros, yes. So the amount is 10 lakh rupees. Now move forward to the next step. Next step is our unsold stock. But the problem clearly states there is no unsold stock in the question. So we will leave the 7th step also. Sorry, next step is about commission, not unsold stock. I'm sorry. After sales, the step number 6 is the commission of the consignee. So commission, he said that it is 7.5% ordinary commission and 2.5% del credar commission. So as we discussed, the total commission would be 10% because he did not specify anything whether the sales are credit or totally cash, how it is. He didn't mention anything. So directly we will calculate the total commission of 10% on sales. And again, commission is an expenditure. So we'll come to the debit side. And commission is to be paid to the consignee. So we will write the consignee's name. In brackets, write it as commission. And your commission would be 10 lakhs into 10%. So that gives us 1 lakh rupees. Right. So this step is also over. Our next step is for unsold stock. And as we know, there is no unsold stock in the question. So we'll just leave that step. After unsold stock, step number 8 is our calculation of profit or loss. So now we need to calculate the profit or loss on consignment. So see the account. Our credit side is more, it shows 10 lakhs and debit side is showing 7 lakh and 33,000. So what we'll do, we'll subtract and see 10 lakhs minus 7 lakh 33,000. So we have a profit of 2 lakh 67,000. And how do we know that we have a profit? Because our incomes are more than the expenses. So profit will appear on the debit side. So we will take the entry on the debit side as to profit and loss account. Because whatever is the profit on consignment, we'll have to transfer it to our P&L, overall P&L account. So in brackets, write it as profit. And the amount is 2,67,000. And after this, we need to put the totals on both the sides. So our totals on both the sides would be 10 lakh rupees. So put the totals on both the sides. You will put the totals under 2 lines. I'm writing it in as bold. Right, so our first account, that is the consignment account, is completed. Quickly take it down. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Otherwise, we'll move forward to the next account, which is the consignees account. So if anyone has a doubt in consignment account, you can ask me. Remember, in every question, the same steps will repeat. Consignment account will have the same entries in every problem. And our next account is the consignees account. So as discussed earlier also, the consignees account will only show 5 entries. And those entries are related to the advance paid by the consignee, his expenses, his commission, the sales made by him, and the final balance due by him. So only these 5 entries will appear in the consignees account. And out of these 5 entries, in the correct question, there is no advance. So we do not have the entry for advance. So ultimately, we are left with only 4 entries, right? So we will see the 4 entries. The first entry is related to advance. Just leave that entry for advance. Second. Yes, so after advance, the next entry is for the expenses made by the consignee. So for the expenses, if you see this entry here, in consignment account, we have written to Vijay and Company. So in Vijay and Company's account, we will write it as by consignment. So come to the credit side and we'll write the entry as by consignment. In brackets, write it as sales. Sorry, not sales, expenses. And the consignee's expenses are 13,000 rupees. So put the amount in the amount column, 13,000. Now after expenses, our next step is the consignee's sales made by the consignee. So for sales in the consignment account, you have written the entry as by Vijay and Company. So in Vijay and Company, you need to come to the debit side and you will write it as to consignment. See, I'm just transferring the same entries. To consignment, in brackets, write it as sales. And the amount is given as 10 lakh rupees. Right? The next entry is for commission. So in consignment account, we have written Vijay and Company commission on the debit side. So in Vijay and Company, we will write it on the credit side as by consignment again. By consignment in brackets commission. And the amount of commission is 1 lakh rupees. Yes, so I've taken the 1 lakh rupees also. So we have taken all the 3 entries. Now the last 4th entry is for the balance due. And for the balance due, we need to calculate the balance. So see, debit side shows 10 lakhs. Credit side shows 1 lakh and 13,000. So final balance will appear again on the credit side. And he didn't mention anything in the problem. So we are assuming that he is paying the balance through cash. So we will write cash and write balance in brackets. And our balance amount would be 10 lakhs minus 1 lakh and 13,000. So 1 lakh and 13,000, it will give us 8 lakh and 87,000. Now again, put the totals on both the sides. 10 lakh rupees. Yes. So with this, our consignees account is also completed. I'll just bring down the consignees account so that we'll have the account on one page. Yes. So take it down quickly. This is the consignees account. And then we'll move forward to the third account, which is the goods sent on consignment account. So I told you earlier also, we have discussed about this. The goods sent on consignment account will show only 2 entries. One entry is for sending the goods on consignment, and the next entry is for transferring the balance to trading account. That's it. this account will show only these two entries, right? So first entry in consignment account, we have written it as 2 goods sent on consignment. So in goods sent on consignment account, we'll write it as on the credit side by consignment account, and the amount given was 6 lakh rupees. And this account needs to be closed by transferring the balance to trading account. So if you look at the balance, entire 6 lakhs is the balance. So come back to the debit side, write the entry as to trading account, in brackets transfer, and then put the amount as 6 lakhs, because entire 6 lakhs is the balance. That's it. So the balancing part is over. Now put the totals on both the sides. So our totals are written as 6 lakhs on both the sides, and we are done with the account. So we have prepared all the 3 accounts which the consignor prepares in his books. I'll repeat, consignor prepares 3 major accounts: consignment account, consignee's account, and the goods sent on consignment account. So these 3 accounts are prepared by the consignor. So we'll move forward. Our next step is to prepare the ledger accounts in the books of consignee. So the consignee will prepare only one account, which is called as the consignor's account. Consignee doesn't prepare consignment account or goods sent on consignment account because he is nowhere related with the profit or loss on consignment. He doesn't want to know whether there is profit on consignment or loss on consignment. The consignee is only bothered with the consignor's account because he should know how many expenses he has incurred, what is his commission, what is his sale value, and ultimately how much amount should he pay back to the consignor. So he's only bothered about that. So that is the reason the consignee only prepares the consignor's accounts in his books. So if you remember, as we discussed earlier also, the consignor's account and the consignee's account will be exactly similar to each other, only that they will be opposite of each other. So whatever transactions you have credited in consignee's account will be debited in consignor's account, and whatever you have debited here will be credited there, right? So we'll prepare the consignor's account now. So sale was debited in that case, so it will be credited here, and the expenses and commission were credited in consignee's account. So right now you will debit in the consignor's account. Right, so first we'll take the entry for the expenses of consignee. So we will write here as to cash because consignee is directly incurring the expenses. So in brackets expenses, and his expenses were 13,000. Right? Next entry is for the sales. So come to the credit side and write the entry as by cash because he's making the sales directly, in brackets sales, and put the amount in the outer column. The sale amount is 10 lakh rupees. Right, so this is also done. Move forward to the next entry. We have the consignee's commission. So come back to the debit side and write the entry as commission directly. Remember, in consignor's account, we will write the entry as to commission directly because commission is due, it is still not paid. And the commission amount was 1 lakh rupees. That's it. Now we have transferred all the 3 entries. We do not have any advance in the problem. So our last entry is for balancing the account. So you will get the same balance which you got in the consignee's account. That is 8,87,000. So here also we will write, and we are assuming that the consignee is paying the consignor the balance in the form of cash. So the amount as discussed, it is 8,87,000. And then we'll put the totals on both the sides. The totals are 10 lakh rupees. Yes. So we are done with the consignor's account also. So if you look at consignor, first we did the ledger accounts in the books of consignor. We have 3 accounts: consignment, consignee, and goods sent on consignment. Next, we did ledger accounts in the books of consignee, wherein we have only one account, which is the consignor's account. So we are done with the question.